now that you're like healed, now that you're ready to come back out, bounce back, and show people, it's like now everybody wants to come up and they're like, oh my God, wait a minute. Such and such is looking real good. Body is looking like he's enjoying life, like he's happy. I don't like that. They shouldn't be happy. People are seeing you be happy. Okay. So I heard 3 songs back to back, and they all kind of told a story, which was like really interesting. So the first song was by Billy Withers, Ain't No Sunshine, particularly the part, wonder this time, where's she gone? Wonder if she's gonna stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. And this house just ain't no home anytime she's gone. Hey, I thought to leave the young thing alone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. So then behind that was Sweet Nothing by Florence the Machine and Calvin Harris. So I put my faith into something unknown, but I'm tired of hope with nothing to hold. And it's hard to learn and it's hard to love when you're giving me such sweet nothing. And it's not enough to tell me that it's not enough to tell me that you care when we both know that words are empty. Nothing. You give me nothing. And then right behind that was Shoe Fly, Don't Bother Me. So basically what I'm like picking up is there was someone, and it doesn't always have to be romantic. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be a boss. But it was just someone that was playing in your face, like playing in your face repeatedly. And for the long time, because you cared, um, you dealt with it. It was never that you didn't see the behavior and that you didn't see the stories, the illusions. You saw through the illusions, but you cared, that you stayed. But you eventually got to the point where, look, these words mean nothing to me. I know they're nothing. And so this person is like, I've got dark days, And like, it's funny because the person who played in your face, like with that lyric that says, hey, I ought to leave the young thing alone. It was like they had something told them, like whether it was their conscious and they had a good moment with their conscious. Like, this truck is coming. It was super quiet out here before I hit record, and now I hit record, like this truck is coming down and it's so loud and it's like distracting me. Like it doesn't want me to say what I need to say. It's work for the noise. Um, but they had some type of conscience, okay? Something came to them and said, hey, maybe I need to stop. Maybe this is wrong. But at the end of the day, they kept doing what they wanted to do, even though they knew they should stop. And so then you got to the point where, you know what, I'm just tired of it. And so like, even if they come back, you're just kind of like, shoot fly, don't bother me. Like, I'm done and over with this because you chose yourself. Like, and you chose to love them from a distance. And sometimes like people really struggle with that. Like they feel like because you move away or you separate yourself that you don't love that person anymore. And that's not true. You like, absolutely, I love you completely. It's just that, the way that I love and care for you tend to take advantage of. So since you take advantage of that and you don't know how to stop yourself, I'll be the disciplined person. I'll be the rational person, and I'll just step away and love you from a distance. But now it's like you were the sunshine in their life. Like I did a reading last week where I was like, you light up the world. And that's kind of what it was. It was like you were the sunshine in their world, in their life. And now since you have stepped away, you're like loving them from a distance. They're like really challenged with that. They're like really struggling because they never thought, lot flew out. They never thought they'd see the day that you'd actually be like, I'm over it. You got drinking to forget. And it's like they really are in a bad place because you moved on. Like so they like possibly want to forget you. They want to move on because you're healing your heart. You chose yourself. So you're healing from emotional pain, from that this person or this group or this job inflicted on you because you cared so much for them and you really saw how They didn't really care for you. They cared what you did for them. So they're drinking to forget because you won't come back, because you won't listen, because you won't let them keep taking advantage of you. And you're just like, yeah, okay, well, sorry, not sorry. I'm going to choose me and, love myself on a pedestal coming out. They're feeling out of your league. And it's just like, they placed you on a pedestal. And I get in the sense that you also tried to put yourself on a pedestal. Like, you know your worth. And so if they were not a match to your worth, match to your vibration, you say, okay, well, I've got to remove you. I'm no longer, you know, providing all of the sunshine. It'd be like when it's partly cloudy days, like it's just kind of like the sun is up, but it's still very gloomy and dark. But the sun's still out there, so you still have some sunshine, some happiness, some like, oh, it's daytime. Where it's just like, you're like, I'm just tired of lighting your whole day up. I'm tired of lighting your world up. I'm just going to remove myself. And they're just like dark. And it's like painting roses. It's like they're trying to, correct what they've done. And like I said, that could be apologizing or trying to show you through action. I'm gonna say kind of like buttering you up and love bombing. You already have distanced yourself and don't deal with this person directly, or you might have limited contact if you have to, or they may be blocked and you have no contact at all, but it's just something where they don't have direct access to you or your energy like they used to. And so they're feeling the effects of it. Nothing is bringing them joy. There's nothing to light up their darkness because they're just dark. So because they need the light, they're like, well, let me compliment, let me compliment, let me compliment the collective. Let me send them a gift. Let me be overly helpful. And it's like, you're seeing right through that. You're like, she fly. Like, don't bottom. Like, I already know your games. I know your tricks. And it's like strangely lonely. And I feel like that's like they're feeling abandoned by you. Because again, like I said, they're used to you enabling them. They're used to you nurturing them, coddling them. Like I said, giving all of your positive energy. But you, like I said, you were giving, but were receiving nothing. They were never investing back into you. And you were just tired of that. And now you're at a place where there are like two possibilities. It's like a crossroads. So I'm just reading energy. And I know everyone has free will. I am not the solution or answer to, giving you the answer to what you should do. At the end of the day, you use your own intuition, your own discernment, what feels right for you in your life, to make a decision. It's like you will have a choice. Like, this person wants to come back. Like I said, I could be a romantic partner, it could be a friend, it could be a loved one. They want to come back because you are their light. And you have a choice to make. Do you allow them back in and allow around your energy? Or do you stand strong and keep moving forward and know that better days are ahead for you? You know already that, like with the song Sweet Nothing, like that song kind of starts off where, you held my heart. So it's like you gave this person a lot of trust, a lot of your emotions, and they didn't handle it right. They didn't handle it with care. And you really lifted them up like a pedestal. It's almost like your love like put them on a pedestal. Actually, you loving them possibly could have boosted their ego where they thought they were the creme de la creme. Um, Not realizing it was you providing all of your light, all your love, all of your positive energy that was calling in things for them. Oh yeah. Okay. So you got a long list: high maintenance, unrealistic. And it's just like with this choice coming in, this person's not, even if they come, like if you accept them back, again, that's your call, or these people back, just understand they'll never be satisfied. Nothing you do will ever be good enough. they'll keep taking, and they'll keep taking. And you'll keep feeling more drained, and no one will be putting back into your cup. Is that worth it to you? That's like the question you would have to ask. That's a decision you would have to make. And always keep in mind that, heart of betrayal. This group of people, these people, they did betray you. That's why you're healing your heart. That's actually why you probably feel so good right now. Because you have stepped away from that. Today is I think it's solar eclipse. The solar eclipse in Libra, and it's in the South Node. And so, it's been going on, roughly for a year now. And, South Node is all about, past, our past selves, past identities, past karma, things like that. And you could have began distancing yourself from these people last year. So then I would ask you to really reflect over your life the past year, the changes that you made, that you implemented into your life, people, places, things that you removed, new things that you invented. Maybe it's reading more books, maybe it's talking to yourself more kindly, it's meditating, maybe you moved completely. Keep in mind of everything that you did in the last year to push past old narratives, old identities, just things that no longer serve you, your South Node. And so this is like the last eclipse. And so it's just almost like this is the end of it. And that's what I'm saying. It's your choice. You saw what has happened over reflect on your life. You've seen what's happened over this last year. It's like, now, do you want to continue moving forward? Because it's almost like you got a glimpse of what the type of peace you have in your life when you remove these types of low vibrational energies or things that may be toxic to your environment or you personally. And it's happening in Libra, which we love Libra. Love, love, love Libra. That's all about justice and fairness, equality, and a big piece. You just get that feeling like in your past, it doesn't always have to be past life. It could just be your past, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, people from your past, or people you grew up with. Did they always treat you fairly? Were you always treated with equality? If you were constantly giving and no one was giving back to you, how was that fair? If you're filling other people's cups up or putting everything on their scale and there's nothing on your scale, there's a complete imbalance. And that's what Libra comes to do. It comes to balance the scales. And so, like I said, you may have been doing that over the last year, balancing your scales. So you have the decision to make, do you keep moving forward? And understand that that's scary too, because you don't know what it looks like. But now understand, even when the song Sweet Nothing, it says, and I put my faith into something unknown. You're already putting your faith into something unknown, and you were going with it. And it may not have worked out for you, or just reading the cards, like I said, resulted in a lot of, heartache, a lot of betrayal. And now that you've healed your heart, you've healed these wounds, you went inside and did the work. That's why we have that healing heart card out there. You went inside and did the work. Now that you're healed, now that you're ready to come back out, bounce back, and, show people, it's like now everybody wants to come up and they're like, oh my God, wait a minute. Such and such is looking real good. Such and such, body is looking like he's enjoying life, like he's happy. I don't like that. They shouldn't be happy. So understand how people are seeing you be happy. Whether it's they see you out randomly, whether, it's over social media, it could just, at a, gathering, let's say it could be at work. They're seeing you look good and they're just like, okay, well, I'm miserable. I have darkness over here. Why are they happy? They never liked you happy to begin with. I'm saying your light. They needed your light because it brought light into their life. They don't know how to create light because they don't want to do the work. it's just giving user vibes, like user vibes. Like everyone has their own light, but it requires you to do the work. And depending on how long you've been avoiding the work or how many, lifetimes of karma you have, it could be really challenging and it could take a very long time. But now that isn't your problem. You have your own life to live and you work through your own set of, traumas and your, past life karma you have worked through. You sat there and took accountability for everything, for every role that you played in every situation. Even if the situation was unfair, you still saw your part, the role you played in it. And that's not easy. That's not easy to hold a mirror up and, look at all of the cracks and the flaws. But you did that. And so that's why you're shining. But now, it's like I said, they don't like that. And that's what they used you for in the past. They just used you to be the light, because that artificial light, because they didn't want to do it themselves. And since they don't want to still do it themselves, they kind of like want to like bring you down with them. Understand you are protected. Because you have done the work, because you have ascended this new vibration that you're in, you are protected. The only way that these things affect you or get their grips back in you is if you let it. And that's the decision you have to make. The decision, do you keep letting people, affect you, lie on you, slander you, gossip about you, try to, sabotage your career or reputation or, your business? Do you allow those things to keep happening simply because you care for the person, or the person, you might have children with this person, they're the mother or father of your kids, or, this could be a husband or wife that you're thinking about leaving, or you have divorced. It could be loved ones, it could be parents, it could be siblings. It could be your own children, grown children. Do you allow these people back in simply because you have a very strong emotional attachment to them? Or do you protect your peace, protect your happiness, and keep moving forward? These people are facing this darkness that they're feeling. It's the cost of their vanity. I mean, you see all like, the likes and everything back there. It's like, you had very superficial relationships with them. These are very superficial people. Narcissism was on the card. I don't really like to throw that out there a lot, but you see it's on the card. It's like they wanted to seem better than you. They wanted to be seen in a better light than you. Because you're genuine. You're authentic. You are authentically yourself. You show up in the world truly as you are. You don't try to fit in. You always stand out. And you stand out wearing your authentic self. And people naturally gravitate towards that. And these people truly, didn't like that. They saw that possibly you got, like I said, a lot of likes, a lot of love. People just loving you, people fawning over you, thinking you're just such a good person, because truly you are. Understand, nice people, good, kind-hearted, genuine people can get upset. Okay? They can be triggered. They, can show anger. We are all humans. And you get in the sense that, they may have put you in situations that cause you to react. And people around didn't know the full story. They didn't know why. They didn't have the full context of why you were reacting the way you were. They didn't know that you were triggered. They didn't know that you were poked and provoked to respond. And so when you respond, it's with your anger, and it's rational and it's fierce, and it's like, I'm going to read you the right act right now. You stood up for yourself. When you stood up for yourself, they would weaponize that against you. See, look at her. See, I told you she was mean. See, I told you he was nasty. He's just will, cut you off. I told you they weren't a nice person. Look at how they're talking to me. Look at what they did to me. But now they didn't put in their 2 cents. I always tell people, there's 3 sides to the story. Your side, their side, and then the truth lies somewhere in the middle. And if someone only listened to their side of the story, if someone only listened to their gossip and their slander and, them playing the victim, if they only took that half of the story and decide to judge you on it. It's like I was thinking of a word I'm not going to say. It's just, but forget about them. Don't even stress them. Don't even worry about them. Because trust and believe, if these people just chose to believe these people without ever talking to you, those are people you don't want in your life anyway. These are people that, you could be someone that, like I said, you're a genuine person, but they don't want, people only see what they want to see. And so if these are people that will believe gossip and slander and lies or try to take apart and sabotaging you, they were never your friend to begin with, and those aren't people you want around. So I mean, ultimately, this energy, these people who really were coming after you, who were really just using you, understand that they're using other people, and these people will someday wake up and realize, oh my God, such and such lied to me. They used me. I believed things that weren't true. They tricked me right out of my blessing. And the blessing was getting to know you. The blessing was having you in their life. Whether it's being their friend, their mentor, their employee. You were a blessing. And they allowed someone else to trick them out of their own blessing. I mean, you can forgive these people. But like, understand, like I said, that was also a blessing for you because you realized, okay, these aren't the type of people I need in my life. And you kept moving on. It's like, you may, follow the signs. You are not alone. You could feel really lonely because of all of this. What I love on the card, it says, it's not an accident or coincidence. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. And I can hear like someone say, well, how can, heartache, betrayal, or having to start over really be where I was meant to be? You just have to go through it to find out. Said, I can't tell you how. The only way you find out is if you go through it. Commit to either going back or moving forward. You have a choice, whatever choice you make. But now if it's going forward into the unknown, then you'll eventually find out. The universe will show you. God will show you why you are exactly where you're meant to be. Pretty bye. Commitment, wedding, marriage, they choose you. For some people, it could be a wedding. But what I'm saying, commitment. Like, make that commitment to yourself. I had just said that. Choose you. Don't kind of put yourself in a position where you're waiting for someone to choose me. Oh, I wish that they choose me. I wish that they see that I'm the right one for them, or I'm the person. Stop waiting for someone to see that about you and be confident in who you are. Be confident in everything that you have. Your, every asset that you have, your intelligence, your skills, your charisma, your charm. Like, be confident in everything that you have and choose yourself. You know what? You don't want to choose me. That's fine. I choose me. I choose me. And I will move forward. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Going back to something, photographs, nostalgia. And we got two hearts. Falling in love, the feeling is mutual, equal effort. The past returns, photographs. This is something from the past. And you got like traveler at the bottom, like long beginning your journey, long distance relationship. I don't know. I feel like something, and it doesn't have to be love. It could be love. It could be a person. But it's getting a feeling like something from the past that you enjoyed doing. It could have been a business that you attempted before. That, distractions in life happens that you didn't see all the way through. Could be a friendship or a group of people that you were into that you distance yourself from. Said it could be someone romantic wise that y'all started talking, but then it just never came together because something seemed to get in the way. It was like, you can understand why, but it's almost like y'all were at like both had equal feelings for each other and both people were putting in equal effort. Or that's something that's coming up, something that'll come up where someone will put in equal efforts, will give as much to you as you're giving to them. Like, put yourself in that energy to receive. Be ready to receive. There's like a new journey, like with the traveler, beginning your journey. There's something you're beginning. And as you prepare for this new journey, as you make a decision, prepare to make this decision that will set, you on a new path, on a new journey. Be prepared to receive. Be prepared to let people help you. And these will be people like to understand you've done the work, so you know people whose intentions are genuine or not. These are people that are of the same vibration as you. Like I said, they give as much as you give. They choose you because they themselves had to learn to choose themselves.